It's homecoming in Blissfield tonight, as Week 7 of football in Michigan is about to start up, as the boys of Blissfield look to get one step closer to qualifying for the state playoffs, a place they haven't been since 2012. Lenawee's football coverage starts right now, only on LSN.
Davis bounced it off his head, and I don't think that was an accident.
You've got a tie atop the LCAA standings.
Count that baby in a foul.
The first time they've been there in 61 years. Morency is going to the President's Center.
And I think this is pretty much over.
Blissfield Royals, district champions.
Lenawee Sports and the Michigan High School Athletic Association proudly presents high school varsity football. Tonight, Week 7 brings us this LCAA matchup, where Hillsdale has arrived here in Blissfield, where the Hornets look to bounce back from their 43-point loss to Hudson last week. And as always, it's all part of the season-long race to our state championships. Hello, this is Austin Andrews. This is Philip Starr. And we are introducing a Blissfield head coach, Coach Love.
How you doing?
I'm good, how are you? Coach Love, how are you going to play with the weather as horrible as it is?
I think actually we lucked out. We looked at the weather all day long. Rained real hard this morning. I actually think we're going to be in the clear. So our field can take the water pretty well. I think we're going to have a dry game tonight.
Right. How are you going to play against Hillsdale with the team that they are?
Well, I'll tell you what. Hillsdale's well coached. I was just talking to their head coach. He's a great guy. Been at it a really long time. His staff does a great job. Our kids just have to show up. I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, you can prepare, but if you're not willing to show up, you get beat.
And how are you going to play when your star players, Josh Eisman and Nate Chiappius, are out?
We got individuals that can step up. No doubt that is not a friendly place to be in. Those kids are kids that have been around, and the kids love them, and they're our leaders. But we can't allow that to deter us tonight. And the boys wouldn't want that. They have fought like crazy to get us to this point, and they just want their friends to take it home.
Hello, Philip. What do you think of what Coach Love said?
You know, he was talking about how the boys, he just wants them to bring them home. And I think today it's just going to come down to, with the weather how it is, who can carry the ball. If you can't have a solid grip on the ball, you're not going to be able to carry it, whether it's catching it or holding it. I think it's just going to come down to that today.
Do you think it's going to be an offensive game or a defensive game?
I definitely think it's going to be more of a defensive game. If you can hold off the offensive line one way or the other, you're going to be able to commit, because there's no way that either one of them are going to have a solid offense today. And
do you think Hillsdale's going to be able to bounce back after their 4-3 loss to Hudson?
It'll be a match. I mean, I think today is going to be really telling as to how Hillsdale's rest of its season is going to go.
All right, Philip, keep it right here. You'll be back to talk with Hillsdale's head coach after this. You're watching high school varsity football only on LSN, your home for Lenawee Sports.
The broadcast of today's game is a copyrighted presentation of the Michigan High School Athletic Association and the Lenawee Sports Network. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the MHSAA and the Lenawee Sports Network.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive, sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stand should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers, helping student athletes develop,
while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should be positive role models and supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports,
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game!
And we're back at LSN, your home for Lenawee Sports. I'm Philip Starr here with Coach Lemeron. He's here to talk about his team. Coach, how do you think you're going to come back this week, losing to Hudson by a brutal beating, to say the least, 51-8?
You know, each week we just work to get better. You know, last week's score is gone, and you let it go and you move on. So every single day we work to get better in practice in each game.
Would it be safe to say that you're going in with a clear mind?
Yeah, I think so. I think the kids are focused. You let things go, whether it's good or bad, and you move on to the next week.
Are you hoping for a good result, or are you knowing a good result will come out?
Obviously we each week we have a good game plan. The kids learn it, and then they go out and they got to execute it. So we're hoping we go out and execute.
Simple as that, folks. Keep it right here. We'll be back with the kickoff at LSN, your home for Lenawee Sports.
Thanks.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play or even what you wear. You just need to be there. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Tackle by 21. Number 3 had
Jack
the ball.
Wilson with the carry. And that will be a gain for the Royals.
Yeah, 3rd down and 3.
That would be a 5-yard gain for the Royals. They're on the 30-yard line looking for 3.
Number 8 snaps the ball. Run up the middle. Number 14, Spano. Ran up the middle, and it will be
Spano on the carry for the Royals. Tackled by the interior line of the Hornets. Led by number 76. Not dropped. Timeout for measurement.
they are going to measure.
An enthusiastic crowd here tonight on the Blissfield Royals. And thus far, Blissfield has put up a solid fight. It'll be an interesting event to see if Hillsdale can come back. It will be 4th down and inches. So it will be 4th down on with 1 to go on the 35-yard line. They measuring the ball out to see where to put it. And we're all set.
All right, and the Royals have chosen to go for it.
Blissfield and Hillsdale getting set. Seems to be some confusion on the field.
Number 8 hikes the ball, run up the middle, Lucas Kucha. First down,
That'll be
Royals.
Blissfield. First down.
Kucha on the carry for Royal, first down. First and 10 to the Royals to the 30-yard line.
Number 8, Gavin Ganon. Snaps the ball, pass, throws deep, down the sideline. Interception.
Interception by Hillsdale's number 11. That would be Colin Brown.
But there is a flag on the field.
Colin Brown on the interception for the pass from Ganon. Penalty flags on the field.
Multiple flags on the play.
Do we say what the flag is?
Collaboration between the refs to see what the issue was. What the call on the field is.
Blocking the back, Hillsdale.
The Hornets. First down and 10 from the 23-yard line.
The ball will be placed on the 23-yard line.
Hillsdale possession. Spencer Eves with the huddle. Lining up.
Number 20. Snaps the ball, run up the middle.
More on the carry.
It will be second down
Austin Hall on the Royal tackle.
and 4.
Second down and 2
Second down, 2.
for the Hornets.
Hornets moving with a sense of urgency. It's like they're trying to keep Blissfield on their edge.
Steps the ball. Run on the outside.
More on the carry.
One on a carry.
Wilson on the tackle.
Third down and 1.
On the 32-yard line. There is 4 minutes and 39 seconds and counting in the first quarter. Blissfield lining up along with Hillsdale.
Hillsdale ready for a snap. Number 20 snaps it.
Hillsdale third down. They're going to run.
Nash on the carry for the Hornets.
And it will be
Austin Hall.
first down, Hornets.
First down, Hornets.
On the 33-yard line. Number 20 snaps the ball, fumble on the play. Hillsdale ball, second up.
Fumble recovered by Karen Grant. Brings up second down and 10 for the Hornets. LCAA score at the end of the first period.
Second down with 11 to go on the 32-yard line. Hillsdale at the line.
Number 20 at the line. Snaps the ball. Pass. Throw. Incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass to Charlie Beck. Was a solid throw. Not a solid catch.
Third down on 11. Ball on the 32-yard.
Third down, you've got to expect a pass here somewhere. They've got to get something moving.
They definitely need a big play.
This Blissfield defensive line has been holding him back at every turn. Let's see what Hillsdale can do.
Number 20 snaps the ball. Quarterback around the outside.
Hillsdale's moving with it, and he's cut off.
And tackle around the 30.
Quarterback Spencer Eves with the carry.
Fourth down and 8.
Jacob Spano on the tackle. Fourth down.
Yeah, Hillsdale's elected to punt it. Snap goes.
Number 40, Logan Riley.
All the way back to the 11-yard line.
Joe Wilcox punt. Down at the 10-yard line. First and 10 Royals from the 10.
Right? Like Hillsdale's 11. Royals are pushed way back at the Hillsdale 11-yard line.
Tri-County Conference score.
2:24 left in the first quarter. Royals first down. Blissfield at the line. Let's see what this Blissfield offense can do.
Blissfield, number 8, takes snap. Run up the middle to Lucas Coopshaw.
Coopshaw on the carry.
Looks to be a 5-yard gain.
Tackle made by number 65. Or 68.
Second and 5 on the 15-yard line. This Blissfield offense so far has been nothing but aggressive, making sure the defense of the Hillsdale team has been nothing but impeccable.
Number 8 hikes the ball. Run up the middle to Jacob Spano.
Jacob Spano on the carry. Tackle made by number 22. Zach
Looks to be a 4-yard gain.
Third down with 1 to go on the 19-yard line.
Number 8 snaps the ball. Run up the middle to Lucas Coopshaw.
Pile up right in the middle.
Coopshaw on the carry.
Who has first down.
It'll be a Royals first down.
First and 10 from the 22-yard line.
First 10 on the 22-yard line. They have a minute left to play.
Tackle made by Gavin LaFollette.
Number 8 snaps the ball. Pitch on the outside to James Spano. Runs the ball.
Spano on the carry.
This Blissfield offense is going to keep Hillsdale on their toes. If Hillsdale's defensive line cannot get their act together, they're not going to be able to stop Blissfield. They need to be aggressive.
Second and 10 on the 22-yard line. You have 20 seconds left to play.
At the end of the first period.
It looks like they're going to run the clock down. It'll be a 7-0 lead at the end of the first quarter for the Royals.
We'll be back after this. You're watching high school varsity football only on LSN, your home for Lenawee sports.
Go for a mouthful, go for the fun. Come on, go for cake. Cakes are for everyone. Just one stack is what it takes. And it's go for cakes. Open wide, stuff your face. There's always room for more Gopher cakes. Empty the box, then reload. Eat those Gopher cakes till you explode.
Exercised lately?
Till you explode.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Respect duty station will be Naval Station Norfolk in Norfolk, Virginia, where he will join Helicopter Combat Squadron HSC-28, the Dragon Whale, that fly the MHSAA Seahawk helicopter. Everybody stand and welcome. Welcome home, Bruce.
Blissfield starting with their strong offensive line on the 22-yard line. 2nd and 10.
Number 8 snaps the ball, pass.
8's trying to make a motion.
Throws the ball to number 3, Jack Wilson, which is an incomplete pass.
Get on to Wilson, incomplete.
Which is 3rd down and 10 on the 22-yard line.
Blissfield at the line. 3rd and 10. Motion in the backfield of the Blissfield offense.
The ball. It's a pass. He avoids the tackle. He throws. He's
trying to make a move.
And he gets the first down and more. And Royals first down.
Tackle made by Travis Fowler.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
First and 10 for the Royals from the 35-yard line.
Blissfield starting the ball in motion at the 35-yard line. Almost a methodical pace from the Blissfield offense, making sure the Hillsdale is thinking about what they're doing.
Number 8 steps the ball. We're up to gut. Shoot Spano, which gets a 4-yard gain.
Spano on the carry, tackled by number 65. Gavin LaFalis. Gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 for the Royals.
2nd down and 6 for the Royals on the 39-yard line.
Hillsdale at the line.
Number 8 takes the ball. There's
Flag
a flag on the play.
Penalty on the play. Illegal procedure against the Royals.
Illegal procedure against the Royals. That'll be a 5-yard penalty,
2nd down and
which will be on the 35-yard line. So 2nd down and 10.
This gives Hillsdale a chance to push him back a little bit, give themselves some breathing room. Hillsdale needs to be consistent with this defensive line. So far, their offense has not been able to amount anything, so they need to be solid on their defense.
Timeout Royals, their second timeout.
Blissfield timeout. Okay. We'll be right back. You're here at LSN, your home for Lenawee Sports.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play or even what you wear. You just need to be there. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Blissfield and Hillsdale back at the line after the 30-second timeout. Blissfield's second of the half.
There's a motion. Blissfield snaps the ball, run on the right side. This will be a tackle in the backfield. Third down and 10. Oh, third down and 11.
Brings up third down and 11.
On the third 4-yard line.
Blissfield again showing their slow pace, making sure that Hillsdale has to sit there and wait and think about every second of it.
Blissfield, number 8, takes the snap. It's a pass, throws it.
Motion.
And incomplete pass. That'll bring up a 4th and 11.
Incomplete pass to Jack Wilson was the intended ball carrier.
4th down and 11 for the Royals.
They're going to punch it away.
We're starting to see a glimmer of hope here in Blissfield for the Hillsdale defensive line. They're starting to come within their own, not only with Blissfield's faults, but with their own positive.
It is
Blissfield with the
a
punt.
high kick, which will stop at the 43-yard line.
Ball down on the
We'll be back after this. You're watching high school varsity football only on LSN, your home for Lenawee Sports.
Today, 1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic. That means many of the future doctors who will care for us, the engineers who will build our cities, the scientists and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids. We all know how hard it is for you to send them to college. This is why we want you to know you are not alone. And every day more people support you to make it happen. Many support you. And the Hispanic Scholarship Fund helps you prepare, plan, and pay for your kids' college education. HSF.net.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund breeding.
Why do you not get me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
Hillsdale with their offensive work on Blissfield. So just missing first down with a 3-yard run, on putting them 2nd and 7 on the 45-yard line. Hillsdale with the pitch.
Number 20 takes snap. It's a pass, throws, incomplete pass. Blocked by number 50.
incomplete.
Austin Hall.
Third down and 7 for the Hornets.
We'll put it 3rd and 7 on the 45-yard line for the Hornets. And this is what we were talking about, Austin, how hard of a time Hillsdale is having trying to put up some sort of fight against this Blissfield defensive line.
Yes, Blissfield has had an answer for almost everything the offense has thrown at them. Number 20 takes snap as a pass play.
A screen to 43.
Which gets clobbered in the backfield. Which will bring up a 4th down.
Nicholas Milner on the tackle for a loss.
4th down.
4th down and
14.
For the Hornets.
How do you think the Hornets will come back with their big stop for the 4th time in a row? Booming kick
Number
by number 10.
Joe Wilcox.
To number 25.
Blissfield with the breakaway.
Gets tackled on the 33-yard line.
Noah Leonard with the carry.
Spencer Compare.
First down and 10 for the Royals.
That'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Blissfield Royals.
Tackle made by number 22, Zach Kolar.
As you were saying earlier, Austin, it's going to come down to defense. Both of their offenses aren't doing their best work right now. It's really going to come down to who has the better defense. If you can shut them down, then that puts your offense in a better field position. If you can't, then it's going to be a hard game to win either way.
Right, and how do you think they're punting? Because they were on the 44-yard line. Now Blissfield is already back to their 33-yard line. So how is punting going to affect the game?
It's all about field position.
Right. We're up to middle, which looks to be the 2nd and 10, so no gain on the 32-yard line. Run by Jacob Spano.
Tackled by 65, Gavin LaPala. Brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Royals.
Here comes the Blissfield line.
Number 8, take the snap. It is a pass play, throw.
A complete pass to Jack Wilson. It will be 3rd and 1 on the 32-yard line.
9-yard gain, it brings up 3rd down and 1 for the Royals.
On the 42-yard line.
Hillsdale trying to mount some sort of defense.
Gavin Gannon, quarterback sneak.
Gannon on the keeper for 2-yard gain. Brings up
Will be 1st down Royals.
Putting them on the 44-yard line. This is what we were talking about, Austin. Hillsdale's not able to shut Blissfield down. If they can't shut them down, they're going to keep moving.
What does Hillsdale have to do to improve their defense?
They've got to keep an eye on the quarterback, Gavin Gannon. He's constantly moving that ball, whether it's him or whether it's a simple screen. He's moving the ball.
Royals take the field, number 8. Take snap. Motion around the outside. Looks like Jack Wilson will slip. That'll be a 2nd down and 10.
On the carry. So 2nd down and 10 for the Royals. From the 44-yard line.
Hillsdale ready at the line, ready and rearing to go. Blissfield taking their time.
Looks a little confusion on the field.
Movement in the
Right,
backfield of the
take snap, pass, rush. And there's a sack in the backfield. Brought down by number 94, Jan Peterson.
This is more like what we're going to need to see this game. You need to shut the offense down.
And
it was
will be
big plays like that.
A 3rd down and 19. Sorry.
Unless Blissfield can make a big play, this is going to put Hillsdale in really good field position.
We'll see how well Gavin Gunnun's throwing arm is for this play.
Well, you've got to go on the assumption that they're going to have to try and make some sort of pass.
Oh, there's a motion. And pass. Gavin Gunn being rushed around the outside. Throws.
Downfield.
Incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass to Jack Wilson. And it will be 4th and 19 on the 35-yard line.
That was a really crucial play by the defense. Jack Wilson was wide open. If he would have caught that ball, that would have or might have been a touchdown.
Hillsdale's Colin Brown hobbling back. Seems to be okay. And here comes Blissfield's special teams. Ready to make the play.
Karen Grant back to receive.
And there.
And Cox back to punt.
Making number 11 come out. And here comes Sam Nash. Pardon me, Cameron Brown.
Number 21 back to receive. A high punt, short. Long roll though. And Hillsdale will have the ball on the 45-yard line.
Noah Leonard downs the ball on the 45-yard line.
You've got to think, Austin, that with such a solid defensive showing from Hillsdale, their offense has got to be ready and raring to go.
Right, and then the Blissfield might be on their heels.
Hillsdale with a pitch.
Number 20, Rob DeGutt. 32. Makes solid yards. Looks to be a 2nd and 2.
Nash on the carry.
You've got to wonder what's going through Blissfield's mind right now.
Right. Their defense was stopping them, but now they're just, it looks like they're falling apart.
It's still early in the game. Let's see.
Number 20 hands it off to 32. Running.
Grant on the carry.
It'll be a Hillsdale first down.
On the 33-yard line.
Hillsdale with a little bit of a skip in their step, and Blissfield a little bit lackluster. Still early in the game. Let's see what they can do.
Number 20 takes snap. Hand off to number. I can't see.
Pile up right in the center of the field.
More on the tackle, or more on the run. No gain.
No gain, so it'll be 2nd and 10 on the 33-yard line.
He's tackled by Austin Hall. Second and 10 for the Hornets.
2nd and 10 for the Hornets. Number 2, 20. Snaps the ball. Pass. Incomplete pass to number 21.
to Terrence Grant.
Attempted screen to Taryn Grant, making it 3rd and 10 on the 33-yard line with a minute 40 left to go in the second quarter.
Jared Sanger. 3rd down and 10 for the Hornets. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to get your ticket for the Ice Watch. Be given away soon. You may want to get your tickets right away.
Number 20. Big snap. Hand off to number 32, running.
32 taking it.
And tackled around the 5-yard line.
Down at the 5-yard line.
Sam Nash with the carry.
1st down and goal.
Will be 1st and 5 on the 5-yard line.
This is the first time that Hillsdale offense has been in the red zone.
See if they can make something of it.
Let's see if Blissfield will come back as a defense, as a team.
Up until that play, Blissfield looked like they were showing signs of life, and then Hillsdale shot him right back down.
Yeah, there's something wrong has to be going through Blissfield's mind.
And Austin, it's not looking like Hillsdale is showing any signs of disappointment from last week's game. I talked to the head coach. He was very straightforward in saying that they were very open-minded about the game, how they were going to come into it, and it's honestly looking like he's telling the truth. They are looking very strong here tonight. It's been back and forth, but they are looking solid right now. See if they can keep it up through the rest of the game.
Yep. We'll see how well they do, because they might just die or succeed at the end of the game. Half, number 32. Looks like to be a 1-yard game.
Sam Nash with the carry again. It looks like it will be a gain of 1.
Looks
so
like
it'll be
it's
2nd
down on
and
the field.
4. Okay. We'll be right back. Stay tuned to LSN, your home for Lenawee sports.
Every proper bear knows that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats.
Oh, really? I just did what any bear would do.
So know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size.
I like it.
To learn more, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, where's that bear? Got your personal references, high school diploma or equivalent?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
It's right there.
Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Injured player on the field taken care of. It will be Hillsdale on the getting ready.
Hillsdale on the
2nd and
4-yard
5.
line.
Clock counting down.
Hillsdale in shotgun formation. Motion. Takes snap. Pass. Throw. Touchdown. Hillsdale.
That will be a complete touchdown pass to Taryn Grant. Let's just turn into a ball game, Austin.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Finally, Hillsdale's showing some life. And they will go for the field goal. Number 51, ready to kick it away.
Wilcox in the hole.
And the kick is
Ethan
good.
York. Ethan York with the kick.
We'll be back after this. You're watching high school varsity football only on LSN, your home for Lenawee sports.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
The odds of this boy achieving his dream in fashion? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
And we're back with about just under a minute left after the Hillsdale touchdown to tie up the game. Austin, we'll have to see how Blissfield comes back from it.
Yeah, they're going to have to come back strong to show life again if they want to succeed against this Hillsdale defense.
Ethan York lining up the ball.
Blissfield first time receiving for this game so far.
Let's go, Royals!
York with the kick.
Short kick. Looks to be a squib kick. Ball on the 32-yard line. I mean, the 37-yard line.
40-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 Royals.
Blissfield lining up. Let's see how they can come back from a game-winning score from Hillsdale. See what their offense can do.
Gunn gets the snap, throws it to number 14. Supposed to Cabrera, catches the ball, and is down around the 42-yard line. Spano.
For a gain of 6, brings up 2nd and 4 for the Royals.
It'll be 2nd and 4 with just above 30 seconds left in the second quarter.
All right, takes snap. Getting rushed. Flag thrown on the play.
Gadon down by number 94, Shannon Peterson. Flag on the play.
Looks like he'll be grounding on the offense.
This Blissfield offense seems to be reeling after all this movement from the Hillsdale team, offensively and defensively.
Wave off the penalty flag where it'll be
wave off.
3rd down and 4 for the Royals.
3rd down and 4. Whistle ball.
Hillsdale and Blissfield getting lined up.
Give gun under center. Sips the ball. Flag on the play.
Multiple flags on the play.
Flag on the play. Illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure on the Royals. That'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Austin, but that's their 2nd of the night.
Yeah, that's surprising. I don't know what's wrong with Blissfield tonight, but they just don't see in it tonight.
It's like their head is elsewhere. We'll have to see if they can come back in the second half.
Yeah, especially since this is their homecoming game. So
here comes Blissfield at the line.
Snap the ball, pass, being rushed.
Freshman Gavin, seeing how he's doing under pressure.
The ball gets intercepted by Hillsdale.
Hillsdale interception by number 10, Joe Wilcox. So with 15 seconds left in the second quarter, it will be a turnover to the Hillsdale Hornets.
We'll see what Hillsdale decides to do, if they'll kneel it or if they'll go for the touchdown.
Hillsdale looks very focused right now. They know that they're going to have to bring their best to Blissfield, and I think they are.
Yes. Run to number 32, gets tackled
Sam Nash with the carry.
On the 32-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Hornets.
First down and 10. Timeout by the Hornets. They have 10 seconds left.
Ball's on the 34-yard line.
Timeout, Hornets.
We'll be back after this. You're watching high school varsity football only on LSN, your home for Lenawee sports.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary. Only you can prevent wildfires.
And we're back with the Blissfield carry.
And number 32 takes snap, and that'll be the end.
With 5 seconds left in the second quarter, we'll be right back. Stay tuned to LSN, your home for Lenawee sports.
The bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, and what do you think he saw? What do you think he saw? What do you think he saw? The bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, and what do you think he saw?
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire, but you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
And we're back with the Hillsdale Hornets with 5 seconds left in the second quarter. Looking for a clutch field goal to put them ahead 10-7 going into the second half.
Snap it, kick, and the field goal attempt will be no good.
At the end of the second half, it will be tied 7-7.
We'll be back after this. You're watching high school varsity football only on LSN, your home for Lenawee sports.
You know what I think? I think you forgot to lock your door. A lot of people do that. They forget. It's too bad because all crime needs is a chance. Don't give it the chance. It's my job to teach you to protect yourselves. Make it your job to learn. Write to Box 6600, Rockville, Maryland. Oh, and one more thing. Lock your door and take a bite out of crime.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
This new dad is picturing a tree house in the sky, but he's ignoring the instructions. Good luck, big guy. His kids know that he's building without a clue. Never been so good with nails and glue. Now we're trapped inside a box. I hope mom knows what to do. Mom! See, you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
Connor is struggling in school.
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
Before we get underway, we're proud to say that Lenawee Sports Network provides local sports coverage that airs on LISD TV. Overseen by our instructors and operated by our students, LSN offers live sports broadcast experience to all high school students within a Lenawee Intermediate School District. If you would like to join the team, please email us at lisdtv@lisd.us.
We want to send out a very special happy birthday to Veronica Sell. She is a graduate from our Porter Center, and she is celebrating her 30th birthday today. She now works at the LISD Tech Center, and we all know and love Ronnie. This is a picture of her with our LISD TV station manager, Kelly Hydebrader, who is a longtime family friend of Ronnie's. And Ronnie is also related to royalty here at Blissfield. Her sister, Claire Mallory, is on the homecoming court tonight. We want to wish Ronnie a very happy birthday from all of us here at the LISD TV and the LISD Tech Center.
And we're back here at the game, and it will be Blissfield ball. It will be
2nd and 7 on the 18-yard line in the third quarter.
Let's see how Blissfield's offense will come back from that brutal second quarter. They couldn't move the ball for anything. Here's the lineup.
And number 8 steps the ball. Rob Diggott.
Pile up in the middle.
Looks to be a 3-yard gain. We'll see how Blissfield comes back after, you're right, that grueling last halftime. And what does Blissfield have to do to improve their game for this half?
I think they need to put the ball in the air more. I think Hillsdale is seeing that they're trying to run the ball a little bit more, seeing that their quarterback is a lot more willing to move it himself. So I think Blissfield will need to throw the ball, get him off their guard.
And there is a pass. And throw, incomplete pass. Throw to number 26.
Almost plucked by number 11 of the Hillsdale Hornets, Colin Brown.
This has an incomplete pass by Spencer Capert.
Be 4th down and 5 for the Royals on the 20-yard line. 10 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
It looks like they're going to punt it.
Karen Grant back for the Hornets.
Sets the ball. Perfect snap. A long punt. Rolling. It looks like he'll stop rolling around the 37-yard line.
Nicholas Milner will pick up the ball for the Blissfield Royals.
36-yard line by Fletcher.
Defense, I have offense, you have defense.
First and 10 Hornets from the 36.
And here's the Hillsdale offense coming back onto the field after their dominating performance in that second quarter.
Number 20 will snap the ball. He takes the ball, hand off to number 32. Right outside, getting some room down the sideline. And we'll finally get pushed out of bounds around the 37-yard line.
Sam Nash, the ball carrier for the Hornets. He'll come running back to the huddle with a little bit of a skip in his step.
LCAA score.
He's really been moving that ball all night, Austin. There's not been much of any time that I've seen outside of the first quarter that he has not been making positive gains on yardage for his team every time he carries that ball.
Right, he's just like a monster. He can't be stopped.
Blissfield's going to have to come up with something.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what they can do.
Run to number...
And another run to Sam Nash, and this looks almost to be like a knock on wood moment.
Right,
Does
second
not.
and 10.
There was no gain on the play.
Looks like Blissfield might actually have an answer.
We'll have to see. Blissfield at the line. Now Hillsdale.
Number 20. Snaps the ball. Run. It looks like to be a no gain.
Stopped by Ulster Royal. Led by Gates. And Bangerter. 3rd down and 9.5.
Changes in the lineup for both teams. It'll be 3rd and 9 for the Hornets on the 42-yard line.
Let's see if Blissfield can actually stop them on 3rd and 10.
Well, you've got to think that they're going to try and pass it.
Right, but the way 32 has been running it, you don't know. Run up the middle. Oh, number 20 has the ball. And it looks to be stopped.
For a 4-yard gain.
4-yard gain. Will be a 4th down and 6.
Colby Nash, the ball carrier.
Tackled by Bangerter and Gates.
And I'd have to say that's a clever idea from Hillsdale, having Sam Nash run the ball, and then once they finally catch on to it, have immediately switch on to someone else. You've got to give them brownie points on that. But here comes the special teams unit. It'll be Joe Wilcox kicking off.
There you get the snap. He kicks.
Kick from the 37-yard line.
Gets him off and recovered by Hillsdale around the 4-yard line.
That's got to be a major play. That's got to put them in a spirit where they can really start to move the ball, and it's got to put Blissfield in a mindset where their back is against the wall. They know they've got to do something, and they've got to do it fast.
Right, Hillsdale just looks really fired up here. I wonder what's going through the minds of Blissfield, you know. They couldn't stop Hillsdale, and now they're suffering the consequences.
Well, they came in thinking that they had the match in the bag. They've got to be reeling right now, knowing that Hillsdale is putting up more of a fight than they could have ever expected.
Right. Number 20 gets the ball. Hand off to number 32. Gets stuck. It looks like it'll be a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 5 to go.
Brings up 2nd down and 5.
Royals have to at least stop them for a field goal, or else Hillsdale will just get a huge confidence boost.
Either way, they've got great field position. If it comes down to it, they're in perfect position for a field goal, but you've got to think that they've got that going through their mind for that touchdown.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Grant on the carry.
The guy, and it'll be a 3rd down and 1 to go. Blissfield has to stop them right now. This is like a make or break moment.
Taryn Grant with the run.
What will Hillsdale do? Will they pass it or run it? Their run game has been very successful, but you got to think that Blissfield will have that because they are on the 1-yard line.
Well, and yeah, you've got to start to think that Blissfield's starting to catch on, that they're trying to make sure their running game's on point. You got to wonder what Blissfield's going to do to retaliate, because their defensive line has not been on par. They've got to get something mounted.
They have to get some kind of penetration.
That will be 4th and 1. Now this could go either way. What do you think, Austin? You think they'll go for the field goal, or do you think they'll go for the 1?
Right. Honestly, I go for it because even if they don't get it, Blissfield will still be on the 1 yard line, which you could get a safety. So if I was them, I'd just go for it. What do you got to lose?
I think it comes down to how much of a lead you want.
Right.
Let's see, there's a pile up right in the middle. Let's see what's going on.
Touchdown, Hillsdale.
And that extends the guest's lead from 7 to 13. It is now 13-7 Hornets.
And now will the Hornets kick the field goal? Looks like they will kick the field goal.
Wilcox on the hold.
Number 51.
Ethan York with the kick.
There is a flag on the play.
Laundry on the field.
Couldn't see for sure. I'll have to wait.
5 yard penalty on Hillsdale.
5-yard penalty on Hillsdale.
Offside.
Offsides. So that'll make the field goal attempt a little harder.
It's 5 yards. I don't know as if it'll make that much of a difference, but we'll have to see.
Yep. He kicks it, and it will be good.
Yes.
We will be back after this. You're watching high school varsity football only on LSN, your home for Lenawee Sports.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play or even what you wear. You just need to be there. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
And Blissfield will receive after Hillsdale's touchdown. And Philip, you got to be thinking, the Blissfield has to be thinking touchdown after that huge touchdown that Hillsdale just got.
Well, you've got to be thinking that in their head it's starting to become a do-or-die situation here, coming into a game that they thought that they would blow Hillsdale out of the water. Now they're in a situation where they are down by a touchdown. It's got to be going through their head.
Right. Short kick
York kick
on the 35-yard line.
It will be 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line for the Blissfield Royals. Well, Austin, how do you think that their offensive line is going to recover, knowing that their defense has just not been able to stop this offensive line for Hillsdale?
I believe their line will recuperate because they haven't been able to stop, but they have, in the first half so far, they have held together. So I think they'll be fine. But like you said, you never know.
I think it's all going to come down to their quarterback, that freshman, Gavin Gownan.
Yeah. Pass.
Here comes with the pass.
Throws. Caught. Running up the field. Gets tackled. Looks to be a 9-yard gain. Nope. 1st down and 10. I guess it all depends on the leadership of the quarterback, you know. If the quarterback is just out of it, the whole team will be hard to come back if your quarterback's out of it.
Right.
But like you just saw in that last play, I believe that they're going to come back and they're going to be strong. They just need to focus on mistakes and no penalties. Get on, steps the ball, hand off, run, and it looks to be a 2-yard gain.
Jacob Spano on the ball carry. A 1-yard gain, putting it 2nd and 9 on the 46-yard line. for the Royals.
So Hillsdale defense has really seen the run, but it looks like they're having troubles with the pass. So what do you think Blissfield's going to do?
It's wait and see. It could go one way or the other.
Pass, caught. Is running, first down.
Jacob Spano with a giant run. You know, you gotta put something back into this Blissfield offense. It's plays like that that can really turn a team around. It'll just give them the momentum. They can keep moving forward.
Yeah, just boost their confidence. And now we'll put Blissfield on the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
It's insane how fast the momentum's moving from one team to another.
Right. You didn't really expect it from Hillsdale, though. They're playing very good ball tonight.
Yeah.
And snap, it'll be a pass play. Throws deep down the field, number 6, and it is incomplete pass.
Intended receiver was Trent Van Steensky.
I think, and there's a flag on the field. Holding offense.
Against the Royals.
And that'll be a 10-yard penalty, which will put Blissfield all the way back to 50. Philip, how are they going to recover from that penalty? Because they are all the way back to 50, and they have to make it to the 31-yard line.
It's going to be one of two ways. They're either going to be more motivated to push forward, or it's going to crush them. It looks like they're just going to be more motivated.
Sack in the backfield.
Sack in the backfield.
Looks like the ball is on the 45-yard line.
John Roca on the tackle.
And that will be 2nd down and 26.
It's really looking like it's coming down to who has the better defense right now, and it's honestly looking like Hillsdale has the better defense, and that's putting them in a position that's great for their offense. And Blissfield's defense isn't doing anything to stop them at this point.
Exactly. It looks like the Blissfield side is just shutting down, but we'll see how they recuperate with this play. Pass, incomplete pass. Intended for Wilson, incomplete.
And this is what we were talking about. We got to see how this freshman quarterback can keep his cool, and it's looking like right now he's getting ahead of himself. He's not thinking about what he's doing. How can he put himself back in that mindset of, I know what I need to do, I know that I need to accomplish it. How can he do that, Austin?
I feel like he's going to have to come back and get some help from his team, because he is a freshman, so he's new to this game. So I feel like he's going to have to get some motivation from his team, because he is just out of it right now. You know, incomplete passes don't help to get first downs when you're 3rd and 26.
Right. And it is 3rd and 26 on the 45-yard line with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
He takes snap, it's a pass, throws, short pass, and gets hit in the backfield. Hillsdale's defense is just fired up. They are demolishing Blissfield's offense. Blissfield either has to get together and talk it over, because they are not looking good.
Blissfield's head coach, he's just looking out of it right now. He's just beside himself.
Yeah, he looks so really upset, and that's not going to end well for his team, because the team, if the coach is upset, then the team is going to be upset.
Right.
So they just need to get in that mindset again. You know, they are only down by a touchdown. And low snap.
Hillsdale with great field position.
Oh, there's a flag. There's a flag on the field.
Looks to be unsportsmanlike conduct, but we'll see.
Yeah, but even though it is unsportsmanlike conduct, that Hillsdale team just has to be thinking they're going to win, because they are demolishing Blissfield right now.
Well, and it puts them in a good mindset going to next week. Even if they don't win tonight, they know that they put up such a solid fight against such a solid team coming off of that brutal loss to Hudson last week. I mean, it's just got to put them in a better mindset going into the future, like going into the playoffs, going into next week. It's just you got to have blinders on. You can't be looking at other teams. It's just you.
Exactly. You can't be stuck in the past.
Right. Let's see what this Hillsdale offense can do.
Hillsdale takes snap, gives a handoff, and tackle made.
Taryn Grant was the ball carrier.
Looks to be a 5-yard gain. Tackle by Nicholas Milner.
I might want to knock on wood here, but it's almost looking like Hillsdale's starting to put up a performance similar to what Hudson gave them last week. It's like it was a fire put under them. And if they can keep this up for the rest of the season, they've got a solid chance in the playoffs. Don't you think, Austin?
Yes, I do believe that. But it's all depends on the mindset, They can't get defeated on themselves. Quarterback handoff to number 22. Gets hit, and it looks like they're on the 2-yard line. That should be a first down and goal.
For a first down for the Hornets, Milner on the tackle. First and goal, Hornets.
This is a line battle, and right now, Hillsdale is just killing Blissfield's line. What does Blissfield have to do to come back and possibly stop their offense?
Well, you had to think coming into the second half that Blissfield would come in with a cleaner mindset, but it looks like Hillsdale just picked up right where they left off. And I think it's going to come down to what Blissfield can do defensively rather than offensively, because if they can stop Hillsdale's offense, then they've got a more solid chance of doing something. But if there's just not a lot they can do if they can't shut them down. You need to do it one way or the other.
Well, and it definitely looks like that the two losses of Chappius and Eisman are just dragging on the team, because last week they beat Dundee. It wasn't a big win, but they beat them. And that was with the help of Eisman and Chappius, and now they're injured, and it looks like Blissfield's team is just falling apart.
Well, you have to be able to deal with adversity, Austin. You can't blame it on 2 men being injured.
Right.
We'll just have to see. Let's see what this Hillsdale offense can do.
Looks like quarterback sneak up to gut. It is a touchdown, Hillsdale. Blissfield definitely has to get something fired up for their offense, because right now it is not looking good for them. It was a close game in the first half, but now Hillsdale is just up there.
Blissfield scored the first touchdown. They looked promising, but ever since then, it has been all Hillsdale. Exactly. For lack of better terms, arrogant is the word I would use to describe Blissfield. They came in thinking they had it in the bag, and now it's a taste of humble pie. There's a flag on the play.
Wilcox on the hold. York kick.
Let's see what this flag is.
Yes. Your score.
We'll be right back after this. You're watching high school varsity football only on LSN, your home for Lenawee sports.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach re-employment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
And we're back with Ethan York on the kickoff after yet another Hillsdale touchdown. Let's see.
We'll be kicking off to Blissfield. And Philip, what do you think Hillsdale is going to do in this for their defense?
They just need to hold Blissfield off at this point. I mean, if they can keep them grounded. I feel like Blissfield is more of a throwing-based team as opposed to Hillsdale's more running-based. If they can keep that ball in arms, they can keep the ball done. Blissfield won't have a chance. But if Blissfield gets to a place where they can start throwing the ball, it'll put them in a better position to come back in this last part of the game.
Right. And there is a flag on the play. Looks like a personal foul on Hillsdale, which will move Blissfield all the way up to the 44-yard line.
That's got to be a little bit of a confidence booster for Blissfield, but they have to keep themselves in that mindset of, we know what we need to do, we need to get it done now, because they are running out of time, and they're running out of time fast, Austin.
Exactly. And they are down by 2 possessions, so they have to be going quick, getting a touchdown, doing it quickly, or else this game might be close from over. But we do have a long game. Snap by Gavin Gunnan.
And a fumble on the play. Recovered by Blissfield.
And it is on the 46-yard line, it looks.
Every inch of that 10-yard penalty just was lost with that fumble, and there was nothing Blissfield could do about it.
Exactly. Blissfield just looks out of it right now. They are not looking that good. They definitely need to do something because Hillsdale is just taking control of this game. And number 8 snaps the ball. It is a pass play. Pass to number 3, caught.
And it's complete.
Run.
There we go.
And they have been tackled around the 41-yard line.
And this is what I was talking about, Austin. Hillsdale could not keep. They gave the freshman too much time. He could put the ball in the air, and I think that's when this quarterback gets in his wheelhouse. When he can start putting that ball in the air, they are a much more efficient team. We'll see.
Exactly, and now they have a 3rd down and 7. And
we'll be right back. Stay tuned to LSN, your home for Lenawee sports.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach re-employment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
And we're back after the 30-second timeout called by Blissfield. Both teams coming up to the line. 3rd and 7 for the Royals on the 41-yard line.
And number 8 is the quarterback. He snaps the ball. It's a pass play. He looks
getting
to be
pushed
rushed,
back, and
it will be sacked by number 21. Taryn Grant. Yeah, this is what we were talking about, Philip. This is what's wrong with Blissfield. They got a good start, but then they just get way back again, and now it's 4th down and long. So they're going to be forced to punt, and it is the 4th quarter, and this game is just looking over for the Royals. We'll be right back after this. You're watching high school varsity football only on LSN, your home for Lenawee sports.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing.
I watch golf with him. And
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
May I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
And we're coming into the fourth quarter with Blissfield possession. Blissfield still in the huddle. Hillsdale ready and rearing to go at the line.
What do you think Blissfield's going to do? Because it is 4th and long, but it is in the fourth quarter. So what do you think Blissfield's going to do since they're down by 2 possessions?
I think Blissfield needs to think outside of the box here. Blissfield will get a solid pass play, and then it's like Hillsdale knows exactly what they're going to do next and shuts them right back down, puts them right back where they were. They need to start not thinking as traditionally. They need to start moving the ball in ways you wouldn't think they would.
Snap. Giving on long pass to number 3, and that pass
is
complete! And it will be first down Royals on the third
Jack
down
Wilson
in the 13-yard line.
That was a key play in this game. That's just, they are now within 12 yards of a touchdown, making this a one-possession game.
Exactly, and that is a confidence boost that Blissfield needs. Because if they have that boost, the game may change because now Hillsdale is on their heels now.
And if the Blissfield offense can get this touchdown, it'll be a confidence booster not only for them, but for their defense line as well.
Exactly.
But the quarterback taken in the back end.
And the quarterback tripped in the backfield, which will be a 8-yard loss, so it'll be 2nd and 18.
It's only 2nd down, Austin. Do you think that they can come back? Do you think they can throw a solid pass?
I think they could. It all depends on the receivers. You know, if Jack Wilson has made many good plays, but if he, incomplete pass or something goes wrong, the game may be in control of Hillsdale again.
Well, they need to put this ball within 10 to put them within some distance for third down.
Fake handoff, pass, thrown to number 3, and that is incomplete pass.
It will be a 3rd and 18 on the 20-yard line.
Philip, what do you think Blissfield needs to do to come back?
It's simple. Blissfield needs to make plays, and they need to make plays fast. They're in a position now where they're in the fourth quarter, and their back is against the wall. If they can't figure something out and quick, they're going to take the L on their homecoming game.
Exactly, and we do not want that. You think Blissfield's going to pass it right here? I think they have to, but I think it'll be a shock to Hillsdale if they do run it.
Well, it'll be a solid throw one way or the other.
Thrown.
Be a screen and
an incomplete pass. So now you got to think Blissfield has to go for at least a first down, because if they sell for a field goal, they might not have enough time to go for, get the lead or get the tie.
Right.
What would you do in this situation, Philip?
I would definitely go for it. If you're in a situation like this where it's do or die, you definitely need to take every chance you can get. But they need to think of something that Hillsdale hasn't already countered, because everything that Blissfield is thrown, Hillsdale has had something to show them up with. So let's see what they can do.
Exactly.
Blissfield timeout.
Royals, their second of the half.
We'll be back after this. You're watching high school varsity football only on LSN, your home for Lenawee sports.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. endowed as our nation is with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach reemployment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
And Blissfield coming back looking like they're going to go for it after that 30-second timeout from Blissfield.
Well, and they were in a position where they really couldn't do anything else.
And Gavin being Raj throwing.
Here it is.
And incomplete pass. Out of bounds.
It was complete, but it was out of bounds.
To the back of the end zone.
And Hillsdale will take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, at least Hillsdale is in not as well a field position as they would have been if they would have made the field goal and kicked it off. They're farther back, and that gives Blissfield some sort of a chance to mount some sort of defense.
Right, and you have to be thinking what's going through Blissfield's minds because they're down by a 2 possession with only 10:28 left in the fourth quarter, so they got to get something cooking right now. Snap by number 20, run up the middle, and will be stopped for, it looks like, no gain. 2nd and 10 on the 20-yard line.
And that's what we were talking about, Austin. Hillsdale is a highly running offensive team. If Hillsdale can start to put that ball in the air, it will totally throw off Blissfield's defense because they have been doing absolutely nothing but blocking, running.
Right.
It could go either way.
We'll be back after this. You're watching high school varsity football only on LSN, your home for Lenawee Sports.
Go for a mouthful, go for the fun.
Oh, go for cake!
Cakes for everyone. Just one stack is what it takes, and it's go for cakes. Open wide, stuff your face. There's always room for more Gopher cakes. Empty the box, then reload. Eat those Gopher cakes till you explode.
Exercised lately?
Till you explode.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
We're back when Hillsdale has the ball on the 19-yard line with 2nd down and 11 to go in the fourth quarter.
Let's see what this Blissfield defense can do.
Exactly. Number 20 snaps the ball. Run on the outside. And he will have it looks like 6-yard gain.
Spencer Eves, the quarterback on the run.
To the 27-yard line.
And it'll be 3rd down.
And
5 to go.
So that would be a 6-yard gain.
And the ball is on the 26-yard line. Blissfield has to stop them right now.
Consistency is key. We'll have to see.
Step to ball. Fumble. And it'll be recovered by Hillsdale, looks like.
Recovered by Eve.
And it'll be 4th and 4.
And Grant.
And they will bring out the special team. So, Philip, that was a strong move by Blissfield defense. You got to think that the offense will have some kind of boost coming into this to hopefully get a touchdown to make it a 1-possession game.
It's wishful thinking at the least, but you always have to keep in your mind that Hillsdale defense.
And number 10 kicks off. And Blissfield drops it.
There are multiple flags on the play.
And there's a injury on the field.
Now, Austin, what would be going through your mind right now? You are the Blissfield head coach. You're down 21-7 with 9 minutes 14 seconds in the fourth quarter. What have you got to be thinking right now, knowing it's your homecoming game?
I have to be shocked because we are facing Hillsdale, but at the same time, I feel like I wouldn't be calm, but I would be ready because I knew there'd be a fight today. But I would say that I have a talented offense. I have a talented. We'll be back after this. You're watching high school varsity football only on LSN. You're home for Lenawee Sports.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play or even what you wear. You just need to be there. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
And we are back at the Blissfield homecoming game as they're hosting the Hillsdale Hornets. Hillsdale has the ball. It will be 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line with 9 minutes 14 seconds left to go in the third.
And they will throw, and it looks to be a 3-yard gain.
Tackle by Beck.
And
Wilson on the catch from Gernon's pass brings up 2nd down and 6.
Blissfield trying to keep Hillsdale on edge, moving the ball. Let's see what this freshman quarterback can do. Going back for a pass.
He's going to throw. Throws it, and it is incomplete to Jack Wilson.
And every single time they have one of those incomplete passes, it's got to be draining on everyone there, thinking we've got to put something up and not producing what you need.
Exactly. Blissfield has to be thinking that they have to do another game plan because they have 8:40 left, and they're just being stopped by this Hillsdale defense.
Let's see what they can come up with here.
Exactly. And number 8 is alone again in the backfield. Takes snap.
Looking to the left, and another incomplete pass.
Pass incomplete.
This is starting to become a dire situation for Blissfield here. Their quarterback is not doing what they absolutely need them to do right now. What do you think they need to do right now? Should they pull out their quarterback? Should they put in someone else? Do you think they should have him stick with it? What do you think they should do, Austin?
I think they should pull him out and talk to him to the side because he is just not showing life right now. He's off target, you know. So I think they just need to recuperate their quarterback, get somebody else in there because he is just not doing good. He snaps it. Short pass. Caught. 1st down. But there is a flag on the play.
Pass complete. Tackle by Charlie Beck. Flag on the play.
Let's see what the flag is on.
Is a penalty. Eligible player downfield by Royals, so that'll put them back 4th down. Yeah, that's just got to kill the Blissfield. They had the 1st down in the bag, but they blew it by having an ineligible player on the field.
That brings up 4th down and 11 for the Royals.
4th down and 11.
from the 29-yard line.
From the 29-yard line.
Looks to be a timeout on the Royals.
Timeout Royals, their third and last timeout of the half.
We'll be back.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back on LSN, your home for Lenawee Sports.
Today, 1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic. That means many of the future doctors who will care for us, the engineers who will build our cities, the scientists and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids. We all know how hard it is for you to send them to college. This is why we want you to know you are not alone. And every day more people support you to make it happen. Many support you. And the Hispanic Scholarship Fund helps you prepare, plan, and pay for your kids' college education. HSF.net.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund breeding.
Why do you not get me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
And we're back as the Hillsdale Hornets take up the line, waiting for the Blissfield Royals to come out of the huddle. 4th and 11 on the 29-yard line for the Royals after their timeout. Let's see what this freshman quarterback, Gavin Gainan, can do. He hasn't been producing in the second half.
He takes snap. He throws the ball, and it is incomplete. And now Hillsdale will have great field position. You have to be, Philip, you got to be thinking, what is the defense going to do now? Because they basically have their backs against the wall on the 29-yard line. And they're just, the offense is on their heels. They ain't doing good. And the defense is showing some life, but they ain't doing so well. What do you think of this?
Well, it's like for every step forward the defense takes, the offense is taking them 2 steps back. It's just, it's starting to become a really bad situation really fast.
Right.
They need to come up with something. They need to come up with it quick. And with 18, 17 left and the clock ticking, there's... We'll have to see. It's
close. And then second down and 9.
From the 29-yard line, 28-yard line.
These Blissfield coaches are nothing short of insanely mad. They were expecting a landslide victory tonight, and I think that this is the exact opposite of what they were expecting.
Exactly. Number 20 takes snap. And he's running on the outside, gets tackled for it looks like a 2-yard gain.
Tackled by Banger.
This will bring up 3rd down.
You know, the more this Hillsdale offense is running, it's like the more untouchable they're becoming. It's whether it be Hillsdale getting into a groove, knowing what they need to do, or whether it's Blissfield not knowing what they need to do. This Hillsdale running is just impeccable right now, untouchable.
Exactly. Blissfield has to think of something to do. They have to answer back right now because time is just ticking away. And number 20 takes snap, run.
On the carry.
And it looks like it'll be a 4th down.
Gain of 3. Brings up 4th down
and
3 for the Hornets.
What would you do in this situation, Austin, if you're 4 and 3 with 6:36 and the clock ticking in the 4th? Do you think you'd go for it, or would you go for the field goal?
I go for the field goal just because you have a 2-possession league. So even if you miss it, you know, it matters, but it's, you know, not really going to affect the end result of the game because right now Hillsdale's defense is just unstoppable. And number 20 takes snap. It is a pass, deep throw, and incomplete pass. So Blissfield ball.
That could have been devastating for the Blissfield team. If he would have made that catch, he was free and clear for that touchdown. That would have, you had to have thought that if they would have made that play, that would have been the straw that broke the camel's back there.
Oh yeah, that would have been game over definitely for Blissfield. And it all depends on if Blissfield can come back, because right now their offense is just not looking good.
And it's not to say that they're untouchable with this victory. It's just how much are they willing to give? How much do they have left to give? We'll have to see.
Exactly. Good line back to pass. Deep throw to number 3, Jack Wilson, and it is incomplete pass.
I think that was a key shot for Blissfield. They gave it everything they have, but you got to wonder if they try for that play again, if Hillsdale will be able to spot it and stop it.
Exactly. Well, I think Hillsdale they have a sense of victory right now, but it looks like Hillsdale's getting tired. And this is when Blissfield needs to step up and do what they do best and get a touchdown so they can come back, because they have 5 minutes and 57 seconds left in the game. And they need to do something right now.
Let's see what this offensive line can do.
There's a pass play going deep.
To number 11.
And it is
complete.
And they will be on the 42-yard line, it looks like. 1st and 10.
Solid pass to Devin Slusher. Complete, putting them at the 42-yard line.
And Philip, that has to be a big confidence booster for the offense. They have to be, excited because they have finally done something to move the chains.
Well, even though that they made the change, they made the catch, they still cannot stop. They can't celebrate it because they're just barely halfway across the field. They've still got 42 yards of field left.
And there's a pass play to number 11, and he'll be brought down at the 30-yard line.
Not woo-woo.
Right now, Blissfield is getting a confidence boost, and they are just moving. And right now, Hillsdale is just on their heels. And
well, they've got to keep moving. It's not that Hillsdale is on their heels. It's just that Blissfield keeps moving. I think Blissfield has a speed advantage, and they are using that to every ounce of it right now, and they need to keep doing that, making key plays like this.
Exactly. And it is back to pass again.
It's like we said at the
it is caught.
It's like we said at the top of the game. Blissfield's running game is not as solid as Hillsdale, but Blissfield can throw the ball. In the long run, throwing the ball could be the difference between a tie ball game and a finished ball game, overtime or a finished game.
Exactly.
Let's see what Blissfield can do.
Again, being rushed, throws the ball, and
into the end zone.
Caught. And there's a touchdown, Blissfield.
There's a flag on the play.
There's a flag.
There is a flag on the play in the end zone. Let's see what it's for.
It may be on the Royals. I do not know.
That would have to be a brutal blow after scoring that touchdown.
Exactly.
It is a touchdown.
But it was a penalty on Hillsdale, and that penalty was declined. Touchdown Royals. And they will go for the field goal right now.
Blissfield starting to show signs of life with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Let's see what they can do.
And that field goal is good.
That was a key shot for Blissfield, Austin. Do you think that they can come back?
I think they can. But Philip, what do you think they're going to do right now? Do you think they're going to go for a normal kickoff, or you think they're going to do an onside kick?
Hold on for just a second there, Austin. We will be right back. Stay tuned to LSN, your home for Lenawee sports.
Huntington.
Every proper bear knows that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats.
Oh, really? I just did what any bear would do.
So know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size.
I like it.
To learn more, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, where's that bear?
You got your personal references, high school diploma or equivalent?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
It's right there.
Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
And we are back after a Blissfield desperately needed touchdown. They are getting set for their kickoff with a Hillsdale eagerly waiting line. And Austin, you got to wonder if they're going to go for a normal kickoff here or they're going to go for an onside kick. What do you think?
I think they're going to go for an onside kick because they need this right now. It looks like some confusion on the field. And a big kickoff here is an onside kick, and Hillsdale records. But there is a flag on the play. Did you see that big hit, Philip? How is that going to sit well for Hillsdale?
You know, with that solid of a hit, you have to wonder if that's just going to make Hillsdale that much more aggressive with their already, for lack of better terms, untouchable offense.
Right. You got to be thinking, though, Blissfield has to stop them right now. Even though they are on the 36-yard line, they have to be able to stop them because I feel like if Hillsdale gets a touchdown, the game will be game over.
We'll have to see. Let's see what this Hillsdale offense can do.
Number 20 takes snap. It is a pass. And it is incomplete. Pass interrupted by number 26.
And we've got ourselves a ball game here, Austin. And we were saying this at the top of the game. It's going to come down to who has this more solid defense. And right now, it's looking like Hillsdale is starting to slack, and Blissfield is picking up the pace. It's totally changing the momentum of this game.
Exactly. And you got to think, why would they pass it? Why wouldn't they want to run down the clock? And number 20 takes the snap. There's a run.
Number 3 on the run.
He's going and gets tackled at the 10-yard line. That has to be a huge play for Hillsdale because they were at the 32-yard line. Now they're at the 10-yard line. So what do you think is going through the minds of Blissfield right now?
You know, they're at a point now where they were showing signs of life, but being at the 10-yard line, being just inside that red zone, they've got to be feeling like victory's untouchable right now. Like, if they can get through this offense, then they've got a solid chance because Hillsdale's defense is not performing at the same level they were.
Exactly. And number 20 takes the snap, hands it off. And it looks like it'll be a tackle in the backfield.
And it will be second down with a loss of 1. It will be 2nd and 11.
With 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Rose have to get a turnover right now if they want to win or get a chance because right now Hillsdale is just...
Well, Blissfield needs to push back Hillsdale right now because even if it comes down to 4th down, they still are in great field position for a field goal.
Exactly. Number 20 takes a snap. Oh, looks like a fumble. And it is.
Let's see.
It is.
Was it recovered?
It is Hillsdale ball. 3rd down.
This crowd is ecstatic. They are showing their heart is on their sleeve. Good, bad, or ugly, they are not afraid to tell you.
Exactly. And Hillsdale did lose a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 12.
What would you go for here, Austin? Would you go for a pass or would you go for a run?
If I was in Hillsdale's shoes, I'd actually go for a run because you have 3 minutes left. So just run down that clock. And they go for a pass. He's running. And it is
a touchdown for Hillsdale. And this game was all but gift wrapped with a bow right on top of it for Hillsdale. We are now 27-14 with 2:55 left in the fourth quarter.
And Blissfield is down by a 2-possession game. But if Blissfield can get their offense and defense, if Blissfield can get their offense together, get a touchdown, and actually get their defense together, they might have enough time to at least tie.
York for the kick.
Let's see what happens here.
And a kick, and it is good.
It is a 28-14 ball game here, folks, with 2:55 left in the fourth quarter. Stay tuned. We'll be right back to LSN, your home for Lenawee sports.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
The odds of this boy achieving his dream in fashion? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
And we're back where Hillsdale will be kicking off to Blissfield Royals. And Philip, you got to be thinking the game must be over for the Royals when it's 14-28. But I guess you never know. It is a fun game of football.
I mean, it's not untouchable for the Blissfield Royals, but they're in a position right now where I do not think that they can perform at the level they need to tie this ball game up and take it to overtime. I just think that their head is in the wrong place offensively and defensively. They're just getting shut down every time they turn around, and I think that that's going to be the key to this game, the key to victory for Hillsdale.
Exactly.
Kickoff for Hillsdale.
And number 51 will kick off a short kick. And this will recover it at the 34-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Daniel Jackson recovered the ball at the 34-yard line. Will be 1st and 10.
It's looking more and more like Austin tonight. Was a valiant effort put up by Blissfield, but Hillsdale, after their brutal loss last week to Hudson, it just put them right back where they needed to be. Let that fire right back under them, where they're in a place where they know what they need to do, they're getting it done, as opposed to this Blissfield offense. They're just not doing what they need to do right now, and they need to recoup.
Right, and Ganon out for a pass being rushed, throws, and it is caught, and that'll be a 1st down by Royals. But Blissfield has to be thinking hurry up offense because they have a short time limit, and they have to have touchdown after touchdown to at least think of tying this game up.
It's going to take a lot of work here, Austin, but it's not impossible. It's just...
It'll take a lot of willpower. Ganon takes snap. It is a pass. Throws. It is caught by number 11.
Hillsdale is making plays right now. This is exactly what we were talking about. Do they have what they need to do to carry that ball downfield? And right now it's looking like they do, but we'll have to wait and see.
Exactly. And Ganon back to pass again. Throws. Caught. Incomplete pass.
2nd and 10 on the 35-yard line with 2:24 left in the fourth quarter.
It looks like the offense is actually fired up. Even though they are behind, it looks like they are fired up and trying to make a valiant effort to get in the end zone in as short a time as they can. They definitely need to make a big play to come back.
Well, they need to, Austin. If they can't do it in a timely fashion, then they're not going to be able to have a chance for that tying score. It's just They need to move with a need for speed here.
Exactly.
Let's see what.
Going back to pass, fake, getting rushed, throws, and it is incomplete pass. 3rd and 10.
Thrown out of bounds.
Ganun kind of looks like he's out of his seat right now. He is just getting rushed, and he just looks miscombobulated out there.
He needs to put those blinders on. He needs to be in a place where he can focus on what he needs to focus on without being too distracted. I know it's a hard concept to understand, but it's something that needs to be done at this point. And if he cannot get that done, you have to wonder if he's the right man for the job.
Exactly. I think they might need to talk to him because he is just not looking good. And Ganun is back to pass. Throws. Incomplete pass. And it'll be 4th and 10 in the 4th quarter with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left.
The freshman quarterback, Gavin Gainham, is going back to the head coach, not knowing what to do. They've tried everything that they can. They've thrown everything that they've had at this Hillsdale offense, and they've just had an answer for everything. It's getting to a point now where they've got nothing left to throw. Unless they've got a trick up their sleeve that they've never used before, this Hillsdale team is looking very solid right now.
Right, and they have to do something right now because this might make or break it, because if they don't make at least a first down, they might be going home with an L. Caught, and it'll be
a solid first down.
And he'll be dropped at the 16-yard line, it looks like. All right, this is what we're talking about. This is the big plays that Blissfield needs. They need to keep rolling because they have 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the game. And if they want to go home with their homecoming game with a win, they have to get rolling.
Well, and the only thing I can think of to possibly stop this Hillsdale defense was when they were back around the 40, 50-yard line. They were just right back at the line as soon as they were done with the play. It was catching Hillsdale off guard. Taking your time on the play, making Hillsdale think about it is not helping. They need to put themselves in a place, and that was an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10 on the 19-yard line.
By Jack Wilson. And they have 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the game. And Blissfield has to be thinking touchdown because they are backs against the wall. And Hillsdale is they're just looking tired, but they're on top of their game. So what do you think Hillsdale needs to do to finish this game?
Well, they just need to stay on top of their throwing game. If you can ground that ball for Blissfield, they have no chance because their running game has not been on point at all. If you can keep that ball on the ground and not up in the air, Blissfield has no chance.
Exactly. And Ganon on a pass being rushed. He is running, and he's on the sideline. He's going. And
that is a touchdown.
Touchdown, Blissfield. There's life in this team again.
With the run by Ganon. That was a key play in this matchup, Austin. With 1:52 left in the 4th quarter, he just made this a one-possession game.
And now you got to be thinking, Blissfield has to get the onside kick here. Field goal and onside kick, because if they don't, this game might be in the bag for Blissfield. We just got to see the willpower of this team.
Well, and a failed attempt at an extra point will put it at 28-20.
And we'll be back. This is LCN, Lenawee Sports.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary. Only you can prevent wildfires.
And we are back waiting for a Blissfield kickoff after a failed extra point attempt by their kicker. We'll have to see how they come back from this as the Hillsdale defense is looking on. This Hillsdale team, Austin, they've just been dominating. It's like they see something and they know that they need to do it. Unlike this Blissfield defense has not been able to put anything together. The Hillsdale team has been doing everything they need to. They have been executing on every level they need to.
Exactly. And let's see how Blissfield does, because I think they're going to go for the onside kick. And I wonder if, because they failed the first onside kick attempt, so you got to think that they're thinking they have to get this right now.
Well, and if they can't, it's nothing short of game over here. This is a do-or-die situation. We'll have to see what happens.
Exactly.
Here we go.
And it's an onside kick, and it is recovered by, oh, there is a flag on the play. On Blissfield. Outside on Blissfield. And it looks like it'll be a re-kick.
If they can execute that play again, they will have possession of the ball. But it's a matter of, will Hillsdale now see it coming? Will they know what to expect? And will they be able to adjust accordingly like they have been doing and executing efficiently all game?
Exactly. And now this is a longer onside kick, which you got to be thinking it will be harder for Hillsdale to get, for Blissfield to get, because Hillsdale did move forward, so now this will be very hard to get. Out of bounds on the kick by Blissfield.
The 46-yard line.
And you gotta be thinking this is just game over for Blissfield, unless they can get a turnover or something, because this is just not looking good.
Well, I mean, if they can somehow come up with an interception on a turnover or downs, Hillsdale is on the 46-yard line. It's not like a touchdown is untouchable for Blissfield. It's just a matter of how much does Blissfield have left? How much does the Hillsdale offense have left? Because both have been solid throughout, but this Hillsdale offense has just been so solid, so efficient the entire time, but this Blissfield defense is just now starting to wake up, so you have to wonder if there's anything left, if they have any willpower left here.
And the Triangle will hand it off to number 7, and it'll be down. It'll be a loss of yards. It looks like second down and 13.
And, you know, those are the kinds of plays that we're talking about here, Austin. That's what they need to do to get it done. If they can keep them in the backfield and they can keep them down in the backfield, then they will not be able to do anything, because the Hillsdale offense cannot throw the ball.
Right.
They have not been doing it all game. They have been solely relying on their running.
Right.
It's only been since about the last, I would say, 8 minutes of the game that they have been starting to throw, starting to catch Blissfield off guard.
Exactly, but Hillsdale is wasting time. I believe Blissfield is out of timeouts.
I do believe they are as well.
So
the clock is running down. We are under a minute left with a Hornet possession with 28-20.
Yeah, third down. And you got to be thinking Hillsdale's going to need it because of how short time is.
You got to wonder if they're just going to try and run down the clock here.
Right.
They're at 3rd and 11, and they have 30 seconds left. That's got to be going through their mind here.
Right. And Hillsdale runs it again, and it'll be 22 running, and he will get the first down. And that.
That's Comac on the carry for Hornets first down.
And this game is all but finished, folks.
That's what it looks like.
Anything can happen.
Where?
Your final
Who's
scores. Blissfield Royals 20, 28, Hillsdale Hornets.
For the entire Lenawee sports crew, I'm Philip Starr saying thank you for watching this evening. The Hornets win it tonight with a final score of 28-20.
In our next broadcast, Lenawee Sports is back on the hardwood as Adrian Lady Maples hosts the Ypsilanti Lincoln Rail Spitters and a SEC volleyball matchup. We would like to remind you, get connected to LISD TV on Facebook and Twitter for Lenawee Sports. Upcoming broadcasts. Also, check us out on YouTube and subscribe to LISD TV's channel for all of our full game broadcasts. This has been a presentation of LSN, your home for Lenawee Sports.
Davis bounced it off his head, and I don't think that was an accident.
We've got a tie atop the LCAA standings. Count that baby in a foul. The first time they've been there in 61 years. Morency is going to the President's Center.
And I think this is pretty much over.
Blissfield Royals, district champions.